Welcome to Getting Back Up, where grief meets growth.
Two men, two fathers, and one shared journey of rebuilding.
We're talking about life after cancer, love, loss, and everything no one tells you.
How you doing? I'm Jamal Jones.
And I'm David McClain, and welcome to a new year of Getting Back Up, finding life after death. So this is the time, new year, your new you.
Yeah.
And you start to look at things from a calendar perspective,
Right.
going into this kind of new year.
Yeah.
So we just want to kind of take that time and reflect, and from our sense of what happened to us,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to kind of share that and some kind of thoughts and things you maybe should consider as you move into this new calendar year.
Yeah, and we want to offer our perspectives of, through this grief journey, through your loss journey, whatever journey you're in, being able to kind of take a look and reflect. I know myself, I usually become very reflective around a new year. And, I don't necessarily create a whole bunch of resolutions, but I do think about what are the themes.
Yeah.
Right. And those themes for you, for any man, any woman going through any type of loss,
Yeah.
is to really take that step and look at where you are and where you want to be. Right. And going into this new year, are you doing the things that you need to do to be successful?
Right.
Right. To get back up, to kind of move forward.
Yeah. And people tend to make these resolutions. I see it differently. It's more of a redirection.
Mm-hmm.
What, especially as a widow or widower, this sense of self-assessment. How numb am I still? What other kind of directional looking within myself and kind of connecting with the villages that we talk about, our community, that's so important.
Yep.
What can I do differently as I kind of make my way into this new year? So it's really this honest assessment of yourself. And I could say from my perspective of how I kind of took stock in myself, and it's, hey, am I still in the same place? Am I in neutral?
Right.
What changes and when kind of can that make sense?
Right. What are the big themes for you this year? Right. Because you're now, 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. And what are the new themes for you that you're looking at in this new year that you want to reflect on it as you go into this year?
Yeah. It is an assessment of what happened last year, how I can move forward. It's what more can I start to do, even little things, because then that becomes a habit for greater things. And then I have the capacity to do much more.
Right.
So, for sure, I think interesting, at this stage as a widow or widower, people are still asking you, how do you feel?
Right.
And so you have your ready response. Hey, all things considered, we're doing the best that we can. So it's, when I'm hearing that, is not only having that response, which is authentic, but then it's really deep. Is that how you really truly feel? Right. So what are kind of the things you need to start to think about as far as themes? Do I need to start to look at my finances a little differently going into this year? Do I need to update my will? The emergency contacts.
Are they the same?
Are they the same?
Are they the same people that were there last year and 2 years ago? Are they there now?
Right. Because did they show up at the worst traumatic times and step in going forward, or some of the same people? It could be also looking at the job or role I am in at work, because, hey man, most of us go to work and we don't leave all of that going on at home there.
Yeah.
We come with the fragrance of some things that may be happening at home that, how do you prepare?
And also your role that you were in 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or even last year may need to change. Right. Your lifestyle has changed. The sacrifices that you had to make before may have changed, even in the last year or two. Right. So I know for me that's something that I thought about and I still think about, right? Like, how is my career that I'm in right now, the right career for the juncture that I'm in, right? Is it going to allow me the flexibility to be available for the kids?
Right.
And support their continuing process.
Because talk about understanding what is most important.
Mm-hmm.
After you lose a spouse or loved one that's central linchpin in your life, you really, truly understand what's most important. And the job has got to kind of fit.
Listen, bro, you can't be, doing those long days like you used to. Right.
Yeah.
Where, when Nalani was here, you gotta, you got 2 girls, you gotta, and they getting older. So you gotta get home early enough to make sure that, ain't nothing crazy going on.
But that's right. And, also something that I kind of assess too is, am I preparing them for this independent life that Nalani and I had always talked about? Right. And now I inherit kind of the tutelage, the meals, the cleaning of bathrooms and all of that. Because I talk to my girls, because they're teenagers as well, as, hey, there's a partnership up here. I hate the chef and all these other things.
Everybody got your thing.
Yeah, you got to do your thing. Because soon you are going to be on your own or sharing a room with a roommate in college. Right. Folks think you're messy out there and not together. So it starts here in the home. And I think what's really funny is, you and I were talking about it, what you hear from the other parents about your children. And they're so well-mannered. What? Yeah. You talking about my children?
And to you, you're like, thank you very much.
Right. Because you need it.
Right. Yeah. Because those are the moments where you get that validation.
Yeah.
Right. And then you look at going into the new year. Okay. What do I need to continue doing? What do I need to double down on to continue to support your own evolution as a single parent, as a parent, as a co-parent, whatever your pathway is now in this next phase. But you have to be able to also look at the new year and understand, like, okay, there are adjustments, and there probably are adjustments you have to make.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's also acknowledging and speaking with your group, as we started to kind of talk about that support system. It bears repeating that. And that's what I have said to my people. I wouldn't be here and alive and kicking and doing all that I'm doing. Not alive in the sense of it's going to take my life. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the rhythm that I am approaching raising children, my career. I couldn't do this if it weren't for y'all.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to know that.
That's important. And I think you have to also look at it like what strengths your group brings individually and collectively and how they help you better. I know for me, that was something I'm not huge. Like, I'm very internal. I keep a lot of things up inside my head. And, it's, oh, that sounds like, I challenge myself sometimes to make sure that I go to my community and bring those ideas and those thoughts. And my wife is amazing. Jordan is amazing at saying, hey, let's document these things. Let's talk about it. That's something that I was never really good at because I've always been in my head. Right. And she really pushes me to bring it out to paper, bring these new things that you want to work on. Let's get it all on paper. And then as a family, what do we want to be as a family?
Get very involved.
They're part of this. They're part of the journey, right? Like, again, I don't necessarily believe in hey, let's write these resolutions. To your point, like, they die on the vine pretty quickly. Everybody's in the gym for 2 months, for a friend month, exactly. Right? But then, like creating something that you document, that you do as a family, that you talk about how can we each individually grow and become better at managing our grief, at understanding how we need to get through this loss, at dealing with these new challenges that we're facing. And I think that's important. The other thing that I do a lot, and I did a lot after Janice passed away, is I spent a lot of time staring in the mirror. I think the hardest thing, people look in the mirrors, and I think we might have talked about this before. A lot of people look in mirrors. You go in mirrors and you're looking, like, fix the face and fix the hair and, the face lotion and all of that stuff. You go through the process. And a lot of people don't stare past the mirror. And that was something that I started doing, which was really staring past the mirror, like like you
Going deep,
knowing really
not,
deep,
not
not
the
the surface.
facade, not
Because a lot of times they say like the windows, your eyes are the windows to your soul, like
Mm-hmm.
what you're really dealing with.
Mm.
And I actually did an exercise. I started doing an exercise every morning where I would really stare in the mirror and like stare past my face into my own eyes. And that allowed me to sometimes even say like, wow, like I see pain in myself right now, or I see fear in myself. I see frustration. Being able to just do that, because you think about like when you look at somebody else or you make eye contact with somebody else, a close friend, family member, loved one, you can look in their eyes and be like, they're going through something.
Right.
You have to be able to try to figure out how to do that for yourself, because you can ignore it. And I think that's something that I try to do. And I think people should try to do, is really take the time to like look at where they really are.
Did you have a sense in that first year, if you can think back to that, how much you took that as a mission to change whatever that is after looking deep into
it? It was like very much checking in with myself. And very much accepting.
It was constructive.
It's constructive. It's like checking in with myself and accepting like you this is the place you're in. It's okay to be scared.
Yeah.
It's okay to not know. It's okay to be confused in all of these emotions. And that for me, a lot of like, I have a lot of my friends who don't make great eye contact. And I try to make sure in the last few years, I've been very intentional about trying to like be very much about the eye contact. And trying to see where they are and also allow them in, right? Because your eyes, you can close off people just by looking away and not making eye contact.
That says everything.
So you're not looking in the mirror at yourself, you're closing off yourself to yourself.
Right.
So that's something that I thought a lot about, and I still try to do. I feel like I have less emotional fear, less now that I'm further away from my grief moment, but there's still other areas of struggle and stress and loss, so to speak, that I'm 50 now. I've lost the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So there are pieces of that I now I'm like, man, I'm getting past that halftime now. Like it's past halftime.
And make the most of the time that you have. Right. Because when you're thinking in the grand scheme of things, maybe you have another 50 years.
Yeah.
But then put in the sense of your health, that shrinks it even more.
Exactly.
And then the time you have with the children who are in your house.
Yeah.
That
and the moments, the memories that you create within that time.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's the important part too.
And bringing your best to them. And that assessment is really important. And also not to be skipped over is those same people who kind of stepped in. Yeah. You say, hey, I need a breather, man.
Yeah. The community. Yeah. Like
what they did before, let them take your children wherever. Dinner, whatever it is, over their house, spend the night, go whatever little trips or whatever it is. I think it's really important.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, we talked about the community, and I think you have to lean into your community. You have to lean in this phase. Don't forget those things that kind of got you through the first phases of whatever struggle, stress you were dealing with, because you still need them. Don't forget that they were there when they needed you, right? And I have to make sure that I do that too, right? Even further removed from one of the biggest struggles I've gone through. Okay, I'm on the other side, but I still have to lean in. I still have to make sure, hey, like go back and check on because they might be going through something.
Yeah.
Right. And I look at it like you can also use this experience, your experience of struggle, of this pain, this loss that you went through. You can use that to help other people.
Yeah.
Right. To form dialogue with other people and understand that they weren't just there to help you. You're also there to help them.
Right.
That's a two-way street.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that's definitely a great point. And so we are talking about those connections with people. We're also talking about the connections with your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Equally important is connection with your body.
Yes.
That exercise and eating well. You and I are in our 50s.
Mm-hmm.
If we haven't done stuff now, hey man, it's going to be rougher to kind of get through it.
I just turned 50. Right. And I already feel like I blinked and it's at 51 is.
I'm going to drink to that.
And 51 is right there already. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I just celebrated.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was intentional. One, celebrate yourself. Oh man, we don't do that. I know like most of my brothers who have turned 40, hit the 40 milestone, hit the 50 milestone, most of them, we ain't celebrating. Right.
It's big, man.
It's big. It's a milestone.
Yeah. And as far as mortality rates and such, at this point, getting to this far, I mean, you do everything you can. We know Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
And we can only control what we can. And that means reducing any self-inflicted harm to ourselves.
Yeah.
And some of it exists. We're not just talking about on the liquor store shelves.
Oh, yeah.
But it also in the shopping shelves.
Yeah, in the shopping.
We have got to be clear that that's.
I mean, I remember, before I turned, probably when I was in my 30s, my uncle, we were on a phone one day, and I think he was just coming from his doctor's appointment or about to go to his doctor's appointment. That was the one thing he said. He was like, find yourself a doctor who you trust, who you can have all the conversations with. Because he was like, the holistic conversations. Yeah. And if they don't have the knowledge base, they can say, no problem, go talk to this person.
That's right.
Because the one thing that I know a lot of men do is, we got that pain in the back, take some Tylenol or some Motrin. We got this thing that's bothering us, itching us, whatever, and, in our scalp or whatever, and we ignore it. This thing in our hand, we just keep putting lotion on it, right? The knees hurting, get some tussin, right? Like,
just need some Gold Bond.
Yeah, but the reality is you have to. There's no shame in getting a doctor.
Yeah,
somebody who you trust, who you build a relationship with over time, and they know you.
Yeah,
right. That's something that I have not taken for granted. Just being able to pick up the phone. Today you don't even have to do that. You log into the portal, send them a question, send them a picture. Right. And they can say, hey, come in. No big deal. Let's watch it. Right. That's important. I think that's to me, one of the most important things.
Well, are you also just talking about scheduling your physical at this age as well? Just the annual.
I don't even, I literally schedule my physical around my birthday. I have no reason.
Why not?
I'm getting older.
Yeah.
I'm going to see my doctor.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need to, what else? What you doing for your birthday? Oh, shoot. I got to schedule my doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I do. So I would say that's one of the most important things.
Yeah. Kind of that new year for sure.
Yeah.
And in an upcoming episode that we recorded when we were down at Clark, Atlanta, we heard very much about, the prostate, because we over-index people who look like you and me.
I say.
And others for prostate, but particularly you and me, we over-index.
For men, black men, especially minority men, black, brown, go get your prostate. Your prostate checked. Check in with your doctor, find a urologist. Like, the prostate game is not real.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a joke.
It takes no prisoners.
Right. It doesn't. And I know several people, in addition to the men that we spoke to at Clark, Atlanta, and the women who we spoke to, right? Because these are their spouses, their loved ones who, it's crazy. Like, your people or men in so many cases are ignoring these symptoms, ignoring this conversation, and in many cases wait until it's too late. Right.
Yeah. What we're talking about is making healthy lifestyle a habit. Yeah. That's a good, clean habit.
Yeah.
Because a habit that's hard to break and that's automatic.
And talk about it.
Talk about it.
I remember, you and I, when we first became cool.
Yeah.
I remember one time he was like, I went to my doctor and he was talking about this. Like, I'm like, I like this. I'm talking about the doctor's visit with my boy. This is great. Cause we got to have these conversations, we got to do that.
And the alternative stuff too, because we threw in the acupuncture.
Yeah, exactly.
Film.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had shoulder issues. And I'm, I know I can't lift the same weight that I was lifting at 30, and I shouldn't. Right. But Phil got me right. He sure did. So, and then being active, man. You got to have an exercise routine, stretching.
Yeah.
I hate stretching. I know you always sending me stretching videos, but I hate it. But
do it. Yep. The feet hit the floor. I hit both of my stuff. the 2 routines that I sent you. Maybe we need to start popping some of this stuff up there.
Yeah.
And then I take one of the children to school and come back. I mean, it's automatic.
Yeah. I mean, I remember reading there's a bunch of books and things out there and, social media posts about, how productive you are at 5 o'clock in the morning and wake up at 5 and do these stretches and exercises. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, like 3 days a week, primarily because I got to get my daughter ready because my wife is Jordan's, she's going to work. So I've got the flexibility to get her going. But I actually, if I'm up at 5, I'm like, okay, let me do some stretches. Maybe I'll go do a quick 20-minute workout. Like, you got to find space.
Yeah.
Like, listen, brothers, we ain't got to be in the gym.
That's right.
For 2 hours lifting 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest thing is you got to be active, and that doesn't just help your physical, it helps your mind.
For sure. And it's not about gym membership, because some people harken back to, in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I was, hitting up bench press and doing all this big time exercise routine that takes 2 hours. I can do calisthenics in my 2 hours. I have 2 hours. I got my power tower up in our studio, my attic.
Yeah.
My power tower, pull-ups, dips.
Yeah, whatever. But
all that stuff.
The thing is, and also think about, I remember for me, my workout was also my meditation.
Yeah.
Whether I have music in my ears, or whether I was just doing workout quietly at home, like being able to just focus on my health and being able to focus on me and being a better person and being stronger for my kids.
Yeah.
Now stronger for my family, right? That was me also saying, I have to take care of myself.
Right.
I have to be healthy for this family. I've got to be healthy for my friends. If you're the surviving parent, you've got to be healthy for so many different reasons. And it starts with you taking care of yourself. Like, you can't healthy mind, healthy body.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you gotta be able to do that.
And most of it is how we eat. And that's the self-destructive piece. So I was watching something years ago, and it was a nutritionist kind of shopping in a store with a client type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, this nutritionist said, listen, you either spend the money now for the amount that's reasonable that you can afford.
Yep.
Spend it now here in these marketplaces, or else in the back end, you're going to spend that in the hospital bills and that time away from your family and truly enjoying your life.
Yep.
So that's what made me think of that. And also remind me of a friend of mine who I've known for many, many years. And he was self-destructive in the sense of excessive drinker, smoker, all of that. And obese for his body.
Right. For his height. Yeah.
What he was carrying around must have been a struggle to knees and other body parts, what have you. He really self-assessed what was going on. Now, he realized that he had some losses during that time. Some family members and some others. We hadn't gone deep into that conversation, but he had hinted, I've lost some people, because he had mentioned to me, D, I'm listening to Jamal and to you on the podcast. So he decided to go into powerlifting and found this community who also approached it from body is the temple and what have you. Yeah. So he had people checking him, kind of like that community we were talking about.
Right.
It's the sense of somebody who can help you chart a way forward and move incrementally, which is fun.
Right.
To you achieve the type of goal of less here, my knees don't feel as bad because of the weight I'm carrying, or I'm walking with a better gait and whatever because I'm not worried about weight or the smoking or the drinking. It totally changed his life around. And he realized by doing that, as you said, he's then healthier for his family. Right. He's more present because he doesn't have to go out and smoke to kind of regain that sense of balance or that self-medication. And that's a tough one. I'm not saying that's easy, And I'm not sure exactly how he's done it other than to stop. And there are people you can speak to and model how to do that and find that way to do that.
Yep.
But, he just realized this is the only way I can do it to incrementally be better for me and for my family, in turn his career and what have you. So I applaud him.
And everything doesn't have to be. And I think that's an amazing story where you see, somebody truly turned around so many aspects of their life to support in their health, their mental well-being. But it's also, sometimes it's little things, right? Like, I'm a sweet tooth. I love desserts.
Yeah.
But I know my body at this age doesn't handle it well.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I joke all the time. I break out like a 12-year-old if I'm eating too much sweets or drinking too much. Right? Like, I have to also recognize that you have to start reading your body signs.
Yeah.
If your body, you eat something, you drink something, you smoke something, your body's weird in the morning, your body's telling you,
can't do it.
You can't do this anymore.
No, not like that.
Not like that. Maybe a little, not the way you did when you were 20, 30, 40.
Yeah.
It's different. And regardless of what age you are, you still have to think about, what are you doing to improve your health? What are you doing to maintain the years that you have and not have less years? Right.
Don't take them away.
Don't take them away.
No.
Right. And I think that's important because so many of us don't. So it's like checking in with your doctor, understanding what your physical limits are. Like, I'm not I'm going to need to be bench pressing 250, 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, I used to do it, go to the gym with my boys and with my community, and we all pushing each other. Now, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm eating better. Like, I'm staying focused.
Which is 60% of it.
Which is 60% of it. I'm eating better. I'm stretching. All these things that are each piece, they're like little stair steps to a better life.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be these major, huge life changes. If you take the small steps, those are the ones that I think add up.
Yeah.
To a better, healthier life and a better, healthier you. So you're there for your family and your friends.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think you're also just talking about that time that you spend. What can you do to carve out time for you? And so, for me, when I know what revitalizes me so that I can get back into the routine, because it's all coming. And I think about it. We talk about seasons a lot, obviously. But then also the calendar seasons I think about for me, things I look forward to in the calendar year, spring, summer, fall, winter.
New Mexico.
You get New Mexico. Come on now. New Mexico tourism. Come on, man. We ready. Come. We'll sponsor really that. Because I love New Mexico, as you know.
Yeah.
But just that skiing, as you say, that's what works for me. When we moved to New Mexico when I was young, my mom said, "Oh, you can do all these things here, right? Don't let anybody tell you the things that you can or cannot do. Let's go do this and some of the other things." So that I look forward to. Going with my snow brothers that I talked about. My guys, we plan where we're going to go.
Yeah.
And then
men have to be so much better at planning.
Oh my goodness.
Time with women are amazing at that.
Yeah.
Like women, I give all credit to women.
No, baby, I'm not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So wait with the girl and be like,
wait, so the weekend before your birthday? No, I'm sorry. No. I'm going to spend the weekend with my girls. We're going here. And not only do they carve out that time to share, to celebrate.
Yeah.
They also carve out that time to also decompress.
Yes.
With each other. And we have to get better at that. So back to you, to your point on being planful.
That's right.
About your time.
Yeah.
By yourself and with your friends.
Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't have to be the big old trip. I'm not talking about blow lots of money. I'm just talking about the regional things that are easy, whether they're festivals, music, food, all that stuff is there. So where we live, there's an area called Mid-Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
Come on, Mid-Hudson Valley. Let's go with the sponsorship there too.
Beacon.
Oh,
Beacon.
You can spring. Oh man, that's my area. So it's just natural beauty there. That's just an hour and some from our house. And it could be the same for any of you.
And sometimes it's make time. If you love games, figure out a way to go to a game. If you can't
concerts too.
You can't afford a game, go find a fun tailgate, like something to just go and bond and spend time with your friends, by yourself doing the things that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
For me, it's also, again, we bond on music.
Yeah.
That's something as small as taking the time to listen to a new album.
Yeah.
Like taking the time to just sit on the couch and turn the radio on, turn the music on, whatever you use.
It takes you to that place.
It just takes you to that place, right? That's something that for me, like I've started doing more, is taking the time to actually enjoy the music that I listen to.
Yeah.
Right. You know, so many times it's the rush and the music in the morning. You got, maybe there's music playing, maybe you're in a car, you're multitasking, you're not really tuned in.
Yeah.
Right. But that's something for me. And then also, I mean, hanging with my friends.
Yeah.
And we talked about whether it's a big thing or small thing, just making space for that. That's something that I'm even in the new year trying to make sure that I do more of.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to do it a little bit in the back half of this year, but I definitely want to make sure that I do it more.
Yeah.
Right. And we talked about it. We spend so much time talking about the show and planning the show that sometimes we don't even take time to go and break bread.
Yeah.
Right. Like just go and catch up on regular stuff. So that's something that you have to be intentional. And then another thing, my daughter always says to me, Dad, you have to make sure you're having fun. Right. Zai's all like, Dad, you haven't done anything fun for yourself. And I appreciate that she notices. My wife notices the same thing, but it's also making sure, like, if you had hobbies or you have hobbies, double down on them.
Yeah.
Go back to them. And if there's something new you're thinking about doing, go check it out, pick it up, learn something new. Like, don't be afraid to do that and get out of that comfortable, get out of your comfortable zone, right? Be able to do that. Cause I think those things will help you realize how much more you are capable of.
Yeah.
And how much more life you have inside of you. Then I get it. We're all running to work. We're all running to take care of the kids. We're all trying to figure out how to make sure we're paying all the bills and keep the roof over everybody's heads.
Right.
But you have to have space for left brain, right brain, creativity, and all of those things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we kind of put together some thoughts, and we'll have kind of this in our socials. We'll kind of put this up there. So you will see a lot of this. It's kind of a one sheet to just ideas and maybe some guideposts, some things to think about as you refresh and get ready for now this new year that we're in. So we'll just kind of run down a couple of things here just very quickly. And as I said, you'll see it up on our socials, up some of this one sheet that we kind of put together. Yeah. So in particular is for widows and for widowers, kind of to keep in your mind as you're entering into this new year. The first one is a new year does not erase the old one.
Right.
You're not starting over.
Yeah.
As we talked about at the top of our own experiences, but you're continuing forward with the love and memory and everything that's intact, because that's a part of your makeup, always will be.
Yeah.
So it's really, the calendar year may change, but your bond does not.
Yeah. And I hear so many people, I've heard it literally in the last, 48 hours, so many people are like, I can't wait to get out of 2025. And it's like true. Yeah. Like it was a doozy. It was a tough year. And we know 2026 ain't going to be a cakewalk.
Right.
But right. Like when you have that mentality of I can't wait to get out of 2025, that's fine to have that mentality, but know that it doesn't erase, just because the clock strikes 12 doesn't erase 2025.
Right.
The past is still there. Use that to reflect on what you want to do in the new year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the next one is, hope can coexist with grief, right? You can be hopeful about the future. You can take the steps forward, toward the future without being weighed down by grief, right? It's possible. Like grief is a component of reflecting. It's a component of memorializing and and remembering, someone from the past and appreciating the emotions that you experience as a result of that. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be, an anchor.
Yeah.
Right. Allow it to coexist. Allow yourself to move forward and hope for better things and aspire for a path forward without being weighed down by the pain, the lingering pain of grief. Right. It's okay to reflect. It's okay to think about it. It's okay to miss. It's okay to remember, hey, like this thing was a difficult time, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to hold on to that difficult time.
Yeah.
You know, in the next process.
Yeah. And I think this next one speaks to that. And also what you said earlier. Yeah. You're 8 years on from the passing of Janice and you've moved forward, but there is no timeline for your family because you're going to, because it's all very difficult, whether you're in your first year or your 10th year or 8th year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to feel those waves of pain. Right. But that doesn't mean you're behind it in any way because, you know, there is no completion date of grief. Right. We really have to think in those terms.
Yeah. And we go back to, you know, comments that we got, like, when are you guys going to stop grieving? When are you guys stop? So it's part of it. We have children. Yeah. So our grief is going to be a little bit more different, right?
And theirs is going to present based on their age and the circumstances.
And the milestones that they experience without, you know, our daughters are about to go into the, you know, celebrate sweet 16.
Yeah, man.
Those are milestones that we know their late mothers would love to be at. We know that they would love for their mothers to be here.
Right.
But we've got a community, and in my case, I've got a family that has to help and try to represent as best as they can to fill in.
Yeah.
To step in and to help them through those moments and help us understand, like, hey, Jamal, Dave, we're doing good jobs. Getting our family, getting our kids through this, right? The next one is you are allowed to imagine a future without betraying the past. Mm-hmm. I say this is for people who've lost a loved one, lost a spouse, been divorced. Like, it's okay to see yourself in a different relationship. Yeah. It's okay to imagine yourself taking a step forward, either through partnership, through companionship, through a close friendship, through a relationship, and even in my case, through marriage, right? Like, you have to be okay. You know, there's so many people who get weighed down. We talked about being able to hope and grieve at the same time. Mm-hmm. There's so many people who get weighed down and have the guilt of, I'm not allowed to move forward, or how will it look? Or I'm forgetting this person in the past and I'm not honoring them. There's only but so much you can do for them. Again, you can't go to the grave with them, right? You have to be able to imagine yourself, and it's okay to imagine yourself and what that looks like, and take at your own pace. Yeah. Right. You know, not anybody else's pace. We say that all the time. At your own pace to figure out what is the right moment.
It's your life.
It's your life. What is the right moment in time for you to take that next step?
Yeah. And I think it leads into the next one. You get to define what is a good year.
Yes.
That this may mean certain tenets or idea of fewer bad days. Right. It could mean you're sleeping better. I can remember that, where it started to come more naturally again, especially in that first year. Mm-hmm. The move over to the calendar year for me, that I could sleep more soundly, adding a new good habit. We talked about some of them.
Yes.
You know, about getting your body, the food, nourishing yourself. Yep. That could be one
the
of
simple things.
Yeah. The simple things.
Yeah.
And saying no more.
And being okay doing that.
That's okay. You need a break.
Yeah.
As we heard.
Yeah. It is okay to go in, especially in a year like 2025 where with I don't even just say the political environment, the global environment. There's so much pressure and stress on all of us. So many things we're all worrying about as dads, the safety of our kids, the safety of our families, everything is heightened. Like, there's a part of me that felt personally like weighed down by the stress of worrying about my family. Mm-hmm. And in that was, as a result, I was trying to be everywhere, trying to do everything. Yeah. At some point in time, you've got to be okay to say no.
Yeah.
Right. At some point, no to family, to friends, to your partners. You got to be able to say, like, I'm at my capacity.
Yeah.
And anything more than that is going to make me more stressed.
Yeah.
And make me unhappy.
Right. And it's not a no as in this is as far as this relationship is going with that person. Right. By saying no to you. No.
Right.
It's, I have such a balance of things. And also I think they have to give you credit for, you understand what your boundaries and capacity to handle all of these. And I think they start to see, okay, that's how people normalize that. All right, yes, they prioritize what's important and then get to some of the other things. And I think maybe they see growth in one who makes kind of those decisions as a widower. The last thing is, brother, we laugh. We have to. You have to through all of this.
Yes.
So laughing without guilt, that's fine. Because progress can be.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, like we talked about, the grief will show up on many anniversaries. Yeah. The birthdays, the anniversaries, the holidays. We just got through the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and now New Year's. And there's so many people who are going into these holidays without somebody that they had in their life. Yeah. Talk to Russell, right? And he's now experiencing another year without his mom. Right. And these are things that like we have to be okay understanding that, hey, these are going to be challenges and it's okay for that to happen. It's okay for this holiday to come up and me feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad about feeling some kind of way. It's okay. Accept it, digest it, look yourself in the mirror, understand what it is, why you're feeling that way, and say, okay, that's okay. Yeah. You don't even have to have an answer to how to resolve it. Exactly. Just acknowledge it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And kind of going through the last few ones that we kind of have. And then, as we said, you'll see some of these on our socials specific to widows and to widowers is that, and we kind of mentioned this a little bit, but your energy is a limited resource.
Yes.
Spend it wise.
Yes. Say no. And then find the other places. Say no to the things that are going to stress you out. Yeah. The things that make you feel unhealthy. And say yes to the things that are going to motivate you, inspire you, keep you going.
You don't own much here. It's particularly the being constantly positive. That is not owed to everybody because that's not really human. Right. If that's the only thing. Right. That's it.
And it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting trying to be constantly positive.
And then explanation of the boundaries, which we just already said. Yeah. So you don't have to always throw that out there. Yeah. Man, you're going through it with your family, yourself. You don't have to do that. Yep. And then this idea of this participation in traditions that hurt more than
you got to be careful than what you hold on to. Yeah. You have to be careful of.
I'm sorry. It hurts more than heals.
Yeah. So you have to be careful about what you hold on to. Memories, traditions. If it doesn't bring you into the new year.
That's right.
Becoming a better person, feeling like you're going to be a better person, then you probably should think about letting it go. Yeah. Like if it hurts you, to your point, if it hurts you, more than it helps you, then.
And heals.
Then heal. Right. Then it's something you need to kind of like do inventory on. Connection matters. We talked about it. The isolation, I know a lot of people, so many people kind of took the time to think about New Year, but don't come out of the New Year staying in the, it's fine to kind of go into the New Year. I do it. You stay reflective. Maybe you don't want to go to a big party. I get it. We all don't want to stand in 20-degree weather, watching a ball drop in Times Square. But as you go into the new year, think about the relationships that you have, the ones you want to grow and foster, and nurture those. And don't let yourself kind of get stuck by your stuff. Being with people, being with family, being with good energy people, you're going to kind of bring that is really important as part of that.
Yeah. And in this, you're allowed to change. Yeah. What helped you last year may not help you this year. So you really need to assess that as we kind of started this conversation about what growth really looks like. It's not moving on per se, it's moving forward. Yep. And you start to adapt and change so that when you see it coming, that's not getting me further down the road, helping my family, helping myself, balancing the grief with growth.
Right, as well. And then, I think there's another thing, right? Like we talked about, like, how do you honor somebody in your past? How do you honor this person that you may have lost? Like, their influence still lives through you. Like, there are lessons that you took from this person, from this loved one, for the spouse, family member, friend. There are going to be lessons and experiences you take through them that will continue to help form you right? You don't have to hold on and worry about like, am I going to forget this person? I'm going to forget these experiences. What you experience with them, like, it's okay. Like, it's going to live through you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to worry and be so kind of fixated on like, I have to hold on to this specific thing, this specific experience, this specific routine.
Yeah.
It's going to be part of you, right? And you have to make sure that it becomes a healthy part of you.
Yeah.
In this new year.
And as we started at the top of this, you don't need a resolution.
Right.
And I talked about a redirection, but it's also you need permission so that you can take life in small pieces.
Right.
You can feel joy without guilt and say, sometimes it's okay to say, I don't know yet where I am or how I feel. And that's fine as well. Because you're going to keep going and it may be imperfect.
Yeah.
We're human.
Right.
And we're going through this, some of us,
Yeah.
this experience of losing a spouse for the first time.
Yeah. And listen, I think this, I do it still with my wife. There are times we'll talk about something and she'll ask me how I'm feeling about something. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I could come 24 hours. I'll come back. I'm like, I figured it out. I got the words. Like, I know, man, we struggle with the words. We struggle with what the emotion is. Like, it's angry. Are we angry? Are we happy? Are we sad? Like, it's beyond that. Why are we angry? Why are we happy? Why are we sad?
It's within those.
Within those premise, right? Yeah. And I think it's okay to say, I don't know and I don't have the words right now.
Yeah.
I am feeling something. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Or I'm feeling motivated. I'm not sure why. It's okay to not know in that moment and be able to come back to that.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't need, to that point, you don't need permission to, I mean, you have the permission to say, I don't know.
Right.
Right. You don't have to know everything at every moment. And then the last thing is, hope can be modest, right? It doesn't have to be this dramatic, expression. It doesn't have to be this very, very visible, production of progress. Your step and your path to moving forward doesn't even have to be anything anybody else knows about. It's your path, right? It doesn't have, you don't necessarily have to be something you post on social media. It could be the most minor accomplishment that kind of like what we talked about. Like, you got to 50 push-ups today. Yeah, right.
Deja, tell you Deja, right?
Yeah. You got the 50 push-ups today, and you drank a smoothie instead of, I don't know,
cola or whatever.
Soda, right? Like those are the small things.
Or the Tahitian treat when we grew up.
Yeah, well, exactly. That dry too. Yeah, so I mean, think about it like whatever your path forward, whatever the step you're taking, whatever you're doing to get to this next step, to get back up, like it's your experience, and it's not, you don't owe anybody else an explanation, or proof.
Exactly. And for our widows and widowers here, you're not going into an empty year.
Yeah,
you're actually it's fulfilled, and it's a real act of courage as a widow and widower. I got to keep going on to do this, and it is that balance of love and balancing emotions so that you really are moving forward and carrying the love and the memories from that person who has passed.
Yeah.
And it is a true act of courage, and it can be a quiet strength in time.
Yeah.
And that can be fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be broadcast all the while in a sense that sometimes we overdo at times. Do it quietly, and the actions will kind of reflect that.
Yeah.
So, hey, we thank you for joining us again on Getting Back Up, Finding Life After Death, New Year, New You. We just wanted to give you a couple of little thoughts as it relates to that.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to this new year, to continuing this journey with you, to continuing to support you, let you be part of this community. And like we said, we're going to be having a whole lot more interviews with a lot of exciting people, a lot more exciting discussions, all with the purpose of helping you see a lot of different people who are still figuring out and still getting back up themselves. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your time, appreciate your community and your fellowship.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Thank you for joining us on Getting Back Up, Finding Life After Death. If something in today's episode spoke to you, pass it on, because somebody out there needs to hear it.
For sure. We're on all the social mausoleums. So follow us on Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Mostly it will be in the form of Get Back Up Podcast.
And be sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcast.
And remember, getting knocked down is part of life.
But getting back up is how we live.
We'll see y'all next time.